the next question that will come to you is about the compliance to the standards of design, compliance to the standard of workmanship, and compliance to not only workmanship but the certification of man personnel on site, because that is part of the FIDIC requirements.
Sorry, Chairman and ST members. I'm also the president of the Institute of Engineers here in country. And that is something that we are upholding in our engineers as a code of conduct and practice. Training a company is actually training engineers that will have to be certified. And that is what we are going through, engineers that should be registered through the competency-based assessment process, and making sure they comply with all these conditions of contract, including the FIDIC training programs. So that is something that we are working through institution now to institute across all our engineers, including contractors engineers. And many of them has come into submitting their competency-based assessments in complying to those standards. So that is currently being implemented. Many of our engineers are working in it, with including training of the contractors. What you see, the traditional form of contract that DOW has been using, the Red Book, is a FIDIC conditions of contract, which our small contractors are submitting the works within 10 million kina, 15 million kina at the threshold level, where they can implement, so they can manage within that amount of work. So that has been the case traditionally that we have been implementing, but that's a FIDIC form of contract as well, which is a Red Book schedule of rate contract. So if we stop all the contracts, no work can be done. But we have to work as a process to train, institute it through the institutions and help them to grow, and so that we can implement the government policy, government programs across the country.
Secretary, what is the difference between the FIDIC Red Book and the Silver Book?
The FIDIC Red Book is a schedule of rate contract. That's a difference. The Silver Book is a design and construct.
What's the first one again?
It's a schedule of rate contract, BOQ contract.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means that the contractor will, the client designs and provide the quantities, and then they bid. Right. The schedule of the EPC is a lump sum contract.
Right.
Yes.
So with the Silver Book, which is the FIDIC standard that has been implemented in the Connect PNG program, correct? Not the Red Book. Both. Okay.
Both model of contracts are being used. EPCs, there's work that is required for EPC contract, and there is a schedule of rate contracts used on specific contracts as well. So like Bautama to Imila is using Red Book. It's a maintenance contract, schedule of rate. Then from Imila to Marukuna is a EPC book, design and build. So there are two different model of contract.
Why the difference in when do you determine what should be used where?
One is a determined scope, which existing road, it's a maintenance work.
Yes.
It's only just maintenance. One is a fully reconstruction work.
Right.
And it's a big lump sum contract, big amount of work. So we utilize EPC contract because the client doesn't have a design.
So when the client doesn't have a design, does the client not want to do the design?
The client do not have the capacity to do the design. We leave it out to the private firms to do the design. And this is a package. The contractor has the capacity to do design, and they build. Instead of you getting a consultant to do the design first and then construct. So you reduce the project delivery time frame.
And the amount is
It's design plus construction.
Yes. Do you have the figure from the outset before the invitation is made, or tender?
As engineers, we do engineers estimate as a control budget, so we can assess when the bidders submit their bid.
And
yes.
how do they bid? Do you advertise?
Correct. Through public procurement.
So this list of roads that we went through earlier this morning, is that an exhaustive list of road Connect PNG roads?
What do you mean by that? 16
roads were shown, given to the 14 roads were given to the PAC to inspect, and this morning we had a summary of each of them.
No, it's not. The report that I sent it to the chairman was full list of works. You only chose 13 to inspect.
Right. So the full list is how many roads in this country?
We have 13,700 kilometers of national highways, 21,000 subnational roads across the country.
How did you determine 16,000 kilometers as a projected target?
That's under economic transport economic studies undertaken by Department of Transport. That's under the PNG strategic development plan and national transport strategy.
Okay, before I continue.